Seems like y'all have had quite a few coverage sacks as well. How pleased were you with the secondary performance?
We played much better this last week. I think our guys are communicating better. We're fitting things better. But obviously it steps up this week. So, you know, we challenged our guys to have a, you know, dramatic improvement from game 1 to 2. And I think we did. And we need just as big of a quantum leap this week because the competition goes up dramatically.
What do you do to prepare your team for an offensive game that's piling up like 600 yards each game?
Well, the best thing I think to do is we practice against our own offense. And Coach Sherman, every day we have some competition periods of our offense versus our defense. And they go up tempo, very similar to what Oklahoma State does. You know, they've got Blackman, we've got Jeff Fuller. You know, they've got their running back number 1, Randall. You know, we've got Cyrus and C. Mike. And so, you know, we've got some weapons to go against that can kind of compare to what they have. You know, we got Ryan Tannehill, and they got, you know, Whedon. You know, get a chance to compete against our guys. If we can have success against our guys, you know, we have confidence we can effectively, you know, compete against a team like them. Comes down to execution on Saturday. You know, you can go out and do it in practice, but come game day when the lights are on, we've got to do it, and we anticipate, you know, having a heck of a challenge this weekend.
How much Even though the competition was maybe certainly not as good as you were going to see this week, see your team put on such a dominant performance has got to be good for you and the confidence and everything. Absolutely.
You know, the first game we were a little sloppy, and I was pleased that we cleaned a lot of those mental errors up. And I just like the attitude of our guys. We challenge them to, no matter the opponent, you know, we're working to our own standard, and our guys bought in. And they were very businesslike, I thought, last weekend. Sometimes you get in games like that where all week long people are telling you, you know, oh, you guys should win this. You know, it's an easy game. Well, they practice too. They give out scholarships just like we do. And our guys know, you know, if we slop around against anybody, they can embarrass us. And our guys didn't, and I was pleased with them.
How much did last year's loss in Stillwater in that third quarter, I guess, more specifically, sting for you?
It was a very bitter pill to swallow last year. Our guys went in that game anticipating we were to go to Stillwater and win. We played well at times in the first half, and then in the third quarter, we did not handle adversity well, and you got to give them credit. They rebounded well and got the momentum going on their side. I thought we did a better job in the fourth quarter coming back, and we got a few stops in the fourth quarter to give ourselves a chance. But you know, that game is very much in the back of our minds of all the guys that played in it last year and our coaching staff.
With your linebackers, are you going to do any more tweaking? I know Sean Porter's doing a great job. You were talking about the inside linebackers and the Joker a week ago.
We're actually going to have Sean Ward, one of our freshman outside linebackers, is going to be in the mix at inside linebacker this week. Garrick and John Stewart played decent for us last weekend. Charlie Thomas is really doing some good things, but he's still a little ways away just as far as feel because it is new for him. But we're going to look at Sean Ward this week and due to two things. One, you know, I think body type wise, Sean gives us a lot. I mean, he's a thick guy. He's a very aggressive physical presence, and he's very athletic. And so, you know, as we looked at our linebacker situation, we thought that he'd be an ideal fit there. And we've got some pretty good depth at the outside linebacker position, so we felt, you know, for two reasons we can move him in there. One, to give him some more reps and compete a little bit better.
Are you expecting more from Garrick at this point as a senior?
I don't know if expecting more is the right term. You know, he's doing a lot of good things, but we want him to be more productive and be a little bit more consistent. You know, when Garrick plays well, our defense is going to play well, and we need him to play well. He's a very athletic inside linebacker. Versus the spread teams we play in our league, he matches up very, very well. And yeah, he's got to, you know, be more productive for us.
If you were a coordinator,
Garrett and Charlie be the starters?
I'm sorry.
Garrett and Charlie be the starters?
Garrick will likely start this week, and it's going to be either Jonathan Stewart or Charlie Thomas. The other position is a little bit up in the air. Part of it's going to have to do with what personnel groupings we see from Oklahoma State. Charlie will play in a little bit more of our nickel stuff, and John more in our base stuff.
if you were a coordinator having to prepare for Ryan Tannehill, how formidable a task would that be?
I'm glad they don't have a scoreboard all the time at practice, because he can embarrass you in a hurry. You know, he's extremely athletic. He can make all the throws, and the thing about him is and it's the same to be said for the guy at Oklahoma State. They're very poised players. They're very difficult to rattle. They go through their read progressions. And they don't let a bad play affect the next play, and that's why I love Ryan. I mean, he goes out there, and we may hit him on a blitz one time, and then he picks it up the next time, and he makes you pay for it. And so I think Ryan's one of those special players in college football that he's got all the athletic ability in the world that you want, but he's got that extra X factor, is that he's got the poise and the demeanor that you need in a quarterback.
What differences have you seen from this offense this year with the new coordinator?
Not much. You don't have Hunter. You got Joe Randall, who's a little bit bigger back, but he might be running for more yards than Hunter did last year. He played some as a true freshman a year ago. He's a heck of a back. They've got 9 starters back. Very, very similar scheme-wise to what they did a year ago. If anything, they're playing with more confidence. We played them early in the year, and I think they were still trying to sort things out, with Coach Holderson in the system. And as the year went on, they just got stronger and stronger and stronger. And coming to this season, they really have not skipped a beat. And so I think they're playing with a ton of confidence. I think they're extremely well coached, and they've got very, very good athletes.
Weed's got 6 interceptions. Some of that by pressures. He just getting too greedy, maybe.
Well, a couple of those were balls that were tipped. When you hit a guy in the hands and he tips it and somebody else catches it, you can't always blame the quarterback on that. But I think you've got to change some looks on him, as you do with most quarterbacks. If he's allowed to stay in that pocket and throw on time and in rhythm, he's going to have a great day. And we got to, as much as possible, not let that happen.
Coach, how much film time goes into preparing for a team like this, and just being a defensive guy, going up against Oklahoma State, how much does that motivate you to put in those extra hours?
Well, I mean, every week you're going to put in the hours. When you've got an offense that's averaging 600 yards, that's running for almost 200 yards and throwing for 400 yards, I think I went to bed last night about 1:30. I was back up this morning at 5. So but it is what it is during the season. You get up in the morning ready to go because you're excited about the challenge, and these guys bring a heck of a challenge. As do most teams in our league, but this one in particular, one because it's this week, and the other reason I think they're either number 1, number 2 offense in the country. So great challenge, and a little bit of sleepless nights, but there's no sleeping during the day. We're loading that coffee up, but you're on pins and needles trying to break things down.